Hello.
Why are there so many people joining in?
Yep,
Why are there so many people joining in?
that's how it is. So, welcome guys to our fifth episode of the Mic Book Show, and today we have Anjelo Salgado on the mic. So, Anjelo, let's start straight away. Give a brief introduction about yourself.
I'm Anjelo, not Anjelo. That's the first thing. I
like mocking his name because his spelling is so different and the pronunciation is so different. I make sure I say it the wrong way as possible.
Oh, really? Okay. So, with your description on the posters, I am a designer and a videographer. I think there's more content creation, photography, everything. I guess I started designing and videography from a young age. I did video first at like grade 9 or something, and I started Photoshop at like grade 5 or something. Yeah. So been doing that ever since. Joined the college media unit at grade 7, and got to be the secretary in the last year as in the last day of school. So yeah, then I joined a marketing company as a videographer mostly. And then I went on from that to my brother's company, diMensions. And I am a videographer, video editor, photographer, pretty much everything, content creation and social media marketing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you being a design student. So you go to AMDT, right? AMDT.
Yeah, I am studying creative advertising at HND.
Right. So how is it like being a creative advertising student?
With the corona and stuff, it's just boring, to be honest. Because it's online every time. It's like same as watching a YouTube video and doing assignments. But it is worse.
So about assignments, do you think like what kind of assignments do you get?
Well, we don't have exams, so there's a lot of weight on the assignments.
Evaluation, is it?
Yeah. The assignments are like have way more tasks than usual. So the comments. Okay. What assignments? Right.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of tasks. There has been so far there has been a branding assignment, kind of like make business cards, brochures, everything from the logo to the brand, everything. That was one assignment. We currently have 3 assignments pending on August.
Okay.
So it's like a drawing assignment, which I'm not really good at. Like not digital, hand drawn. So that's worse.
Oh, hand drawn. Okay.
Yeah, we have to do 5 full complete art. So that's an assignment. Then there's another like brand. What do you say? Like critiquing, like figuring out everything, what's good, what's bad, that kind of stuff.
So you have to write a report, like a critic report about the brand that you have given.
Yeah. We had one to do a report on art movements of our choosing. I went with contemporary art because it also has collages, and I like collages, doing those collages like once right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the assignments are very creative, but there's a lot of tasks which is hard to keep up with, honestly.
Right. So which comes to my next question. So when you're given an assignment, it's like do you feel like do you already know them from your experience, or is it the other way around? Do you think the assignments actually help you to be a more creative person?
Both actually. There's like experience and doing everything like formal way, I think. We have to do every step.
The reason that I asked that question is because you are now before you went to the school, I'm pretty sure you already had experience about the design and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you have done so much work. So now that you are in a school, do you find that helpful, or do you find that repetitive, or do you find it actually like helping, as you said now?
Yeah, it depends on the unit as well because like those hand-drawn art thing, that's just
Okay.
not, I don't have experience, I'm not good at it, but I learned more and I'm interested to learn about it, like drawing and stuff. So there are good points, but then there's like digital design, which I pretty much know. So it does get boring sometimes, but one more thing, I never used Illustrator before joining AMDT, and now I prefer Illustrator over Photoshop.
Right. So
So there's
joining
that.
AMDT did have more perks than without going with AMDT, is it?
Yeah, pretty much. But the COVID stuff, online stuff, that's just
Sure.
not it.
So this is no advertisement for AMDT, but general
Yeah.
art school. So hopefully you get a sponsorship for this.
Oh.
So the next topic, freelance videographer. What is your
Mhm.
experience being a freelance videographer?
Right. Well, more than freelance, I've worked for like two companies
Mm-hmm.
on video mostly, but I've worked with freelance work as well, even with you.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's a lot of creative freedom than working in like a fully structured company. So I have more creative freedom, more ideas by myself. So I get to do what I want. So I like that more than working under a big company, big management, being bossed around. So I'd like to work free.
You like to work. So you prefer working as a freelancer over working under a company, is it?
Mm, yeah, I mean, even now, working with my brother, that is fine because there still is creative freedom. But if you're working under like a big company, you have to follow their guidelines, follow their rules, everything. That's just too much, kind of like
So
there's no
you
not
believe
enough
you
freedom.
believe that is in way of your creativity, in the way of your creativity,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So what about the opportunities that you got as a freelancer or working in a company? What are the opportunities that you got
Mhm.
being a videographer?
Well, well, when I finished school, those days I was not exactly into videography. I was into designing videography, everything. But the first job I got was mostly on videography, so I got a lot of experience there. So the experience is the biggest part because we got to use camera equipment, then using that in the real world, than just learning about it. So that is the biggest part of like working in that field, getting experience. So yeah, what else to say? I don't know.
And I'm sure you got a lot of backstage passes as well for shows and stuff, right?
Yeah, for I've been backstage with BNS, Vayo, Omaria, that kind of stuff. Wait, give me a minute. Huh? Give me a minute. Huh?
Okay, sure.
I don't know. Asking if it started.
So about videography again, you being a videographer, um,
Hmm?
can you explain about your style? Do you have your own style? Do you want to market a style, or like
Right.
you? I know that
Mm,
you prefer to stick to your style. You are trying to build a style for yourself.
yeah. Well, my biggest inspirations, to be honest, is Daniel Schiffer. I think
Okay.
you know. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Peter McKinnon, but used to be, but not so much now. I don't
Right.
know.
Because
The
he's
quality
becoming a
just
more of
died down.
a blogger than a. I mean, a
Yeah,
blogger
yeah,
than.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
Daniel Schiffer, right?
Daniel,
I'll drop a
yeah.
link on the
Mm.
description below when you're watching on YouTube, so you can check him out.
So his videos has like mostly fluid movement, transitions, everything. So I try to integrate that into my own style. So there is a client. I don't know if I can mention those. So check Shift diMensions Instagram. It's there, and even on my Instagram, I think I uploaded it. So there are a video of a cocktail which is heavily inspired by that style, with
Mm.
more movements and transitions, everything. And even on color grading, I sometimes get complaints, but it's just my style. like too contrasty and dark. So that's just my style. So
I mean,
like what I've said before, if you're working at a company, like different clients and everything, if I had to follow those guidelines, those colors, everything, that won't be easy for me. I would not even like the output in the end.
so this is like a Zack Snyder scenario, sort of.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned this like quite a few times now. Shift dimensions. What is
Yeah.
it? And let's talk about it.
It's my brother's advertising company. It was an advertising company.
Mhm.
He started it in like way back, like 2014, 15, 16, that kind of stuff. He was doing mostly designing, printing, advertising. Those three were the main stuff, like more print based and design based. But then it came into more, not just advertising, but more marketing, everything related to that, like social media marketing, video, photo, content creation, everything. So it's basically the name has been changed to Shift Dimensions Creative Studio. So that's why it is. It's a creative studio doing anything that the business needs to promote themselves.
Right. So I'll drop a link to their profile as well in the description. A lot of marketing in this episode. So, what is it like? Like, how is it like to work for your brother?
It's more free than what I used to do. So
Okay.
I do have more freedom. I mean, not saying I didn't have freedom before, but there is more here. Like, but in these days, with the COVID stuff, like the restaurants are not doing so well. So the tourism, that stuff is there, but still, there's more freedom, and I get to give my own ideas, work together, everything. So it is
So,
better.
like, can you briefly explain what is the process that you all do? I think you already did explain quite, but like a brief explanation of what your company does. Shift dimension.
Right. So we do printing work as well, like packaging, posters, banners, everything, that kind of stuff. And there is design work that doesn't need to be printed, like e-flyers,
Right.
promotional material, that kind of stuff. We do social media marketing, as in like go shoot videos, photos, and do their promotions, and Facebook, Instagram advertising. So we do those kind of stuff. We do video, photo work, even if it's not a social media client. So there's those. So there is a huge variety of things Shift Dimensions does.
Right. Now that we know all about your background, now let's talk about you. Right.
Okay.
So now we're getting personal and we're getting into music. So
okay. What do I have to do? Yeah.
Okay, I want you to talk about the school media in it and any challenges that you came across, or any things that you did for the first time on the history of media unit of our school, Marshall College.
Right. You know what you're asking anyway. So it was a raffle draw. Like our first big media unit project was called Project Plutus, which is a kind of a big fundraising project for the school media unit. So with that, we were able to get computers, tripods, like capture cards, everything, pretty much everything that's needed for the school. So school media unit to do the work, because before that we have to like take our laptops every time and do work on our own devices, and we had to carry the laptops every time. Back then laptops are heavy too. So it is annoying to take that every time. So, and even on live streaming, the capture card really helped, but I don't know if they're currently using those properly, but we used to do a lot with the carols and everything. So it
Even
was really useful.
Huge reel for the sports meet as well, right? And you live
Yeah, I have done. Live streaming, we've done those every time, but since 2017, I think, I have edited the after movie to the media, the sport meet of the college. even after I left school in 2019, I think. Even
Okay.
for
So
that,
in the
even after
comments, a
leaving
lot of
school.
people a lot of people are requesting you to sing a song. I want to tell
What?
them he
I
will
didn't
sing a
even
song at the end of this episode.
What?
So stay tuned and share this
Me?
video right now as much as you can so we can get people to join.
Oh no.
Okay, so about your graphic designing, your personal taste, that is, you like collages. Can you explain about that briefly? We are running out of time.
Yes. Yeah, I out of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
You
can take your
told to
time.
drag it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so collages. I think, wait, let me see. Yeah, this one is my first collage I've done. If you can see it, I don't know. Is it cut
Which
off?
I'll put links.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. So I tried that, like, just for fun, like trying out random stuff. And then while I was doing it, I thought of like it should be more meaningful than just a random collage. So in every collage, I try to put a meaning into it. So I have done, I think, 6 or so collages with all with not exactly hidden, but if you think about it, like even in poetry, there is meaning. Yeah, that is the first I forgot because I don't use that often. That was too simple. Then that got me into more advanced stuff. Yeah, that was the more advanced one.
So these are known as collages, right? But these are like advanced
Yeah.
collages, not the collection of just pictures, but you cut and chop them and put them in very creative ways.
Yeah, mostly like collages are done. There's two types of collages, analog and digital. Analog is done by hand, cutting magazines or newspapers. So I do those digitally on Photoshop, and yeah, I just try to put those floral elements into it, like keep a theme.
Okay.
So yeah, as I said, every one of those has a meaning, and some are like explained in the description. Yeah.
Right. So that's about his designing and collages. So yeah, I have a lot of questions about you, but before that, I want to stick to our theme. So let's talk about music.
All right.
So what role does music play in your work, in your designing, and your life?
All right. So I do play music a lot, as in listen it to a lot. I don't sing or play an instrument. I am interested in learning guitar, but I was still unable to. I really don't know any instruments or singing anything. So,
I've like personally categorized you as an active music listener, because there are people who listen to music passively. Just listen. But you are an active music listener, as I know.
Right. So yeah, I do listen to music a lot, and you know Krishmal, right? He says like I'm one of the people who he has seen like listen to music the most. Like on Spotify, there's like the friend activity feed, right? And in that, when he checks, I'm always listening to something. And even on the Apple Music, before Spotify officially came to Sri Lanka,
yeah,
because it has like a year-end summarized thing, right? So I have like 200 or something hours played in the year, and I have listened to Slipknot for like 35 hours or something. So there's a lot of listening. Yeah.
So how do you think it helps you? Does listening to music help you being more creative?
Yeah, even when I'm working, even when I'm designing, video usually has to be like focused on the audio too, right? But sometimes I just mark the places which I want to edit on the audio on the first try, and then just mute it, put some music on, and edit according to those markers. So even when music's important in the video, I listen to something else, and that helps me like work better, I think. I don't know.
All right. So music does help, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a speed run about what else you do, right? You have your own sticker company. I want to know where the idea came from. Sticker and posters. I want to know where the idea came from. And you happen to be a drone pilot as well. And you create IG filters. I mean Instagram filters, which I can put link to it as well. and you
Right.
create artwork for music.
What? Yeah.
You create artwork for music,
Right. Yeah.
and you game and you watch films
Mhm.
as well, like
Yeah.
actively watch films. So
Right.
let's go with the sticker company. Where
Right.
did the
So
idea come from?
speedrun, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Idea came because of MDT2, the university, because that required me to buy a graphic tab, like some before the second semester or something. And my sister got it from me actually. And I used that tab, like experimented with it, tried to get better, and I did some mandala designs on Photoshop. And that's what made me think about that, like integrating those designs into a logo, and then I just used those designs into like superhero logos. I mean, it's probably copyrighted, but this is Sri Lanka, so there's that.
So his page is
Yes, I have
Doodles
tab.
by A,
Yeah.
and I'll put the link in the description as well. And he has a lot of
Mhm.
cool stickers and posters. Where are the posters? There you go. These are the posters.
All sticker designs are in posters too. All designs are in posters and stickers, both.
And he has active giveaways and really nice theme going on. I could never do this. Right. So the next topic, yeah, IG filters.
Right. So I don't remember how I started it. I was just experimenting, I think. So I started with like teal and orange filters way back. It's called Everyday Autumn. You can also check that out in my Instagram highlights on the account. So there is quite a few like that kind of stuff, like a muted grainy filter. I think you can enable it now, right? I don't know.
There you
I
go.
think you should be.
Here's all these cool
Yeah.
filters.
Yeah, there's a duotone filter as well, like that. Yeah.
All these are
Duotone
filters. You can
filters
use
with
them. You can easily use them to make your
yes.
photos look so cool and professional. And these were all done while listening to music. So listening to
Yeah,
music is
in
important.
previous
That's
upload.
my. So
True.
Anjelo is a living subject where you can prove listening to music boosts your creativity, and
Mhm.
he's there to prove it. And you can see the proof right here. So before we wrap up,
Mhm.
I want to talk about your Spotify playlist, and I would like to link them as well. I mean, you have so much to give to our listeners today.
Yeah, okay. So the links to it, the Spotify is open in my other monitor. Um, so yeah, the link to all the playlists are in my bio, in Instagram bio, actually.
Right, there you go.
Uh,
He has a link
it's
tree.
a link. Yeah, I have to update it with a few new playlists. So to run through all the playlists, should I or do you have time?
Here you go.
Do we have time to like quickly explain everything?
Yeah, I think you can quickly explain it.
Yeah. First, there's Sinhala Sing Along, which is like mostly new Sinhala music. Like I listen to most of the time, like Charita Talage, that like newer generation of Sinhala music. I think there's like a 99 song playlist. I think I should add one more.
Okay.
Then there's a For a Rainy Day playlist, which is inspired by me years ago. Because there's a band called Meadowlark, which I listen to when it rains most of the time. And even
I
on my
also
profile, there's
sorry to disturb you. I also wanted to talk about the online thing that you use on the browser to create a rainy atmosphere.
Noisley.
Noisley. I mean, he
It's also
introduced
in the
me to that.
description of that playlist.
Right. So let me.
So on the description of that playlist, there's I think it to make the experience better, go to here. I think that was okay.
So basically, what you can do is you can put rain,
And pretend it's raining.
thunder, just anything you like. He introduced me to that. So you can find Noisley. I'll put the link. There's going to be a lot of links in this description.
Yeah.
Basically, I've done it complete collection random playlist, and full list of like songs. So you get the idea. Charita Tilage, El Chakara, Addison Grace, and he's a very active script not. I don't know how to pronounce.
What do you mean?
Skip not. What's the band that you listen to?
Slipknot. It's a heavy metal band.
Heavy metal. There you go. He listens to lo-fi. He listens to classical music, and he listens to heavy metal. What a man.
Yeah, I think my favorite is punk rock. Favorite genre. Okay,
Right.
so back to playlist.
Yeah.
Okay. So a rainy day is inspired by Mandala, which I used to listen to when it rains. So the first few songs of that playlist is by Mandala. Then there's Ethereal, which is like soft, calm vibes, like happy vibes, I think. And then the women of rock and metal covers, like metal covers from artists like Violet or Andy. And then I started one recently for music of the Loki TV series.
Ooh.
Like from the music of the like end credits and the beginning, that stuff. And then the complete collection list. I started that because Alessia Cara is like a favorite of mine, and there's no playlist of like all her songs. I mean, there is one official one, but somehow there's one song of a different rap artist. I don't know why. So I can't use that, so I made one of my own. And then I went with Janit, like our friend. And from the topic you wanted to ask, the album arts, I did most of the album arts for Janit. So that's that. And there's Charita Talage, I did that with the help of a big fan of him, Krishmal.
Krishmal, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he got me into it, so I got his help to make that playlist. And there's a new rock band called voguish, and then there's Addison Grace. So yeah, and then the random playlist is just what I used to listen to like in that month. I start a new playlist on the first of the month and end it at the end. And the reason for that is I used to do that years ago, and this would help me like if I wanted like we feel nostalgic and get back, I just go back to a specific month. So that's the reason for those playlists. And then the full list of liked songs, which has been going since like 2017 when I started Spotify and then moved on to Apple Music, those music too. So that full list has 1,378 songs, and it's 83 hours long.
Okay. All right. So you might have wondered why Anjelo, why music. Now you know why music. So he's a very active music listener, and he has lots to give. So I think we can end today, and we'll go to the silly questions segment now. Right. So yeah. Describe your life with 3 film titles.
I don't know really, but you said even at beginning I'm a very active film watcher, but I really am not now because I don't know. I just don't have the time and like watch more.
But from what you have seen,
I don't remember. Like I just forget about those kind of like the plots and everything. Like when the time goes by.
So if you want,
I don't know.
If you want your reality to be a timeline of a certain universe or a certain film or a series, what would it be?
I'm saying like live in that universe.
Yeah, for a moment at least, not permanent.
Yeah, but I mean, the first thing that came to my mind was something related to DC. But why would I want to be in a place where there's like destruction every time and fighting every time? So, Ready Player One, right? That.
Oh, nice. That's a nice plug. Yeah.
Yes.
Ready Player One.
Jana's also giving you the answer, but it's just a normal world. I mean, even if I'm in the world, who knows if I get to travel or not with the doctor, even if I'm in that world. But on Ready Player One, it is like everyone's doing that. So I think Ready Player One is the better answer.
That's good. Okay, what would be, so the writer is like Sandy is a co-writer. She's writing these questions. What would be your perfect murder weapon and why?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know. I'm
Uh,
asking.
mhm. I don't
Oh,
know.
Jana says
Style?
Minecraft for you to live.
Right. Uh, yeah, Minecraft shovel.
Minecraft shovel. Okay. Perfect murder weapon. Why would it be a perfect murder weapon? Because you're so used to it.
No, because it's like dumb. It's a dumb answer, so that's why I chose that.
Oh, all right. Okay. What is the best piece of advice that you've been given?
Uh,
And
I
what is the best piece of advice that you can give?
I think both would be from a YouTube, like not personal life advice, because if I say someone specific, I mean others might be upset. I don't know, so
No,
I'll
no.
go with
It
the
doesn't have to
YouTuber.
be personal. Like what?
Yeah, okay. From a
Like what's
YouTuber,
the?
Matty Hapoel, like Peter McKinnon's friend, Matty Hapoel,
Not really.
used to
Sorry.
be in the same office. Okay, so one of his like catchphrases, I think, is learn, make, repeat. So you never stop
Yeah.
learning, you never stop making, and you keep repeating. You never, you always have things to learn, and you can always use those things to make things, and then repeat the cycle. So that would be the best advice I've gotten, and the best advice I would give.
Right. So, are you going to sing a song?
I don't know. I mean, there's 11 people, and it would go to zero if I say.
I don't think so. Anyways, we're done.
I don't know.
So this guy does narrating as well. He did a really nice job with
Mhm.
something I wrote, and he made a
Yeah, way
beautiful
back.
video way back. And I have heard him singing, so give it a try
Really?
for the talk show. For the talk show.
Have you?
Just
Have
a
you?
small verse is enough. Yeah,
Okay, I'll
so that you
try
can
all I
be
want.
included in the compilation after the first season.
Okay, so if people like you which are like into music and learn music, they ears might bleed. I don't know.
No.
So caution. And I think I don't need lyrics, but I'm not sure of the how it goes, but we'll try. I have to drink water.
Sing, man. You got this. Just sing. So before you sing,
Who
so we're going
has?
to end the show on this note. And thank you for joining this fifth episode. This is the Mike Talk Show. And the next show is on Monday. Ushan Fonseca is joining us on Monday. And share this video. And this video will be uploaded to YouTube within 2 hours. And you can share that as well. And you can visit all the links that Angelo said and give him support and follow him as well. And back to you, Angelo, for your song.
Right. Who has requested me to sing a song? Why?
2 people.
Who and why?
Come on.
I'll try all I want. I don't know.
Ooh.
I can't see the lyrics. The screen is blocked by the phone. Wait,
I'm going to cut myself out
why though?
for you to focus. Come on, sing, man.
Okay, I just checking the lyrics just to be safe.
No pressure.
There's too much people.
No.
All I want is nothing more than to hear you knocking at my door. 'Cause if I could see your face once more, I could die a happy man, I'm sure. When you said your last goodbye, I died a little bit inside. I lay in tears in bed all night, alone without you by my side. But if you loved me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I wanted, And all I need is to find somebody like you, like you. Okay, that's all.
Man, that was really touching, man. Not gonna lie, that was so emotional. And you should actually do a cover. Read the comments.
I'm nervous, so I was shaking.
Just read the comments, man. I just put up like comment a heart if you want Anjelo to do a cover, and see.
Wait, check it.
I think that's something that you should put into your list. I think you should do a cover. You should get into the singing business as well.
But I have no training at all.
You already sing like a professional, man.
I mean, well, one more thing. I can't mention names, but I was not really great at singing, but someone helped me. You know who? So there's that. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm not.
You already have all the background you need, man. You know the music, you know the genres. I think you should pursue that. I mean, I was inspired by you, and take this as inspiration for me. If you want to take it, firstby.com. that could work, man. Possibly. All right, then. I hope everyone here had a great time, and I hope you had a great time as well, Anjelo.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining. And bye bye, everybody.
And I was checking, and 2 people left while I was singing.
No.
I did. There was 11, and then there was 9 at the end.
No, it's 10 more still.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you for having me.
Bye bye. Good night. Have a nice evening.
What to do now? I don't know.
I left.